Hi, everyone. My name is Heather Havenwood, and welcome. Today is April 7th, 2020. We're doing about our third update on the PPP, which is the Paycheck Protection Program of the 2020 stimulus package. And I have here to my that way. It's Kerry Lutz. He is in Florida. We've been doing a few of these videos. You can check them out on my YouTube or his. He is the CEO of Financial Survival Network. And we have a few questions. Here's how we're due. I got some questions over the week. We're going to go through those first. And then I'm going to ask him, ask Kerry, hey, there's some updates that have been going on the last couple of days. And then we got some information on potential, on basically monies being ran out. We'll go over that in a second. Let's start with the questions. I'll ask the question, Kerry, and then you can do your thing. All right. So question, does someone who is calculating the total paid to employees in the category of salaries, wages, and include profit sharing or profit bonus? Go.
Okay. So this is real easy to dispense with. We don't have to get fancy with the calculations or anything else. You're entitled to a loan of up to 2.5 times average monthly salary, up to $100,000, which comes out to $8,333.33. Okay. So if you're over that, if you're getting paid $110,000 or $120,000, you're capped at that. If you're under, then add in all the benefits to get you to 100, and that'll mean profit sharing. That will mean pension, whatever. I guess that's the same. 401k, sick pay, vacation pay, and all of the other stuff.
So that's total, right? So because I think this particular person was working with a company that does like base pay plus sales, you would say, or profit sharing, bonuses. That's how they suggest it. So their question really was, I was like, so you're saying yes, even though they haven't sold, so up to 10,000, right?
Up to 100,000, which comes out to $8,333 per month. $8,033.33. That's all you need to know there.
All you need to know. I'm just going to complete the question here. She said profit bonuses are included when calculating the max loan amount. Okay. Right. Scenario, just to be clear, PPP bar was profitable and paid profit bonuses of $100,000 to employees. Now they won't be paying profit bonuses and doesn't include. So the answer is yes, up to $100,000 per year, which
includes bonuses, whatever, commissions. However you got there, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Okay, cool. Question 2. Is unemployment insurance to be included in health insurance and other insurances paid?
Yeah, again, if you're over 100,000 for the year, don't worry about it. If you're not, then you'd add that in to arrive at your
100,000
average monthly pay.
So it's kind of like you add what you need to add. That's real to get to your cap. Your cap, what is that 100?
Right. Exactly.
Okay. Just gonna throw out this scenario. Say a company pays out $3 million in payroll for 2019. 300,000 of the $3 million is profit bonus paid. 10 employees earned 30,000 each. And profit bonus equal 30,000. I feel like we're in those like a
word problem on an SAT.
I feel like we're in an SAT.
Here's the thing. All right. So how much is each employee's pay? All right. We answered that already.
Yeah. Okay.
3 million in payroll, 10 employees. That's 300,000 each. You're only going to be able to get back 100, but of that 100, it's 2.5 months of average pay. So that's all you need to know. Figure 2.5 times $8,333.33 times 10, and that will give you the maximum amount that you can recover in a PPP loan that will hopefully eventually be forgiven.
Got it. hopefully forgiven. Yeah, no stipulations for that. Okay, cool. So that's the FAQ. Second half is we talked about the EIDL, which is the emergency loan about a week ago or more.
Yeah.
You and I applied for what I call the quick loan of $10,000. We all thought we were going to get a $10,000 check. What's the latest?
There's a catch. There's always a catch 22. If you ever saw that movie, uh, it dealt with pilots in World War II, and the only way you could avoid flying in the airplane and going on bombing runs and probably dying was if you were crazy. But if you knew that you were crazy to go up in that plane, then you were sane. And this is the way the government works. So here they allocated $10 billion, enough for 1 million businesses at 10,000 each. Then the little language in the statute said up to $10,000. So now they've changed it to say you could get up to $10,000, $1,000 per employee. So if you're a single member LLC, you get 1,000. If you have 5 employees, including you, you get 5,000. 10, you get 10,000, and that's the max. We have no idea when that money's going out. Look, the government, these are massive programs that are being implemented within a matter of weeks. Just think how long it took them to get Medicare right and Social Security. And, these programs are almost as big as Medicare and Social Security. It's trillions of dollars. But don't worry, they're giving out money. And one thing that Congress loves to do is give people free money. So they're going to be giving you more. Don't worry about it. Now, one other thing I'd like to explain that we didn't discuss, but this is very, very important. If you're a solopreneur, Uber driver, independent contractor, or other self-employed individual, and you're not going to be working for a good amount of time, you might be better off applying for unemployment insurance. Now, previously, unemployment insurance only covered employees who actually got a paycheck and did not cover the owners of the company. Now, all that's changed. It covers independent contractors, self-employed, Uber drivers, gig economy workers, you name it. And here's the thing. The Congress, in its finite wisdom, said for 14 weeks, you can get $600 per week extra over and above what the state unemployment, what your state pays. And every state is different. In Massachusetts, the highest, if you have a bunch of dependents, you can get $1,234 a week. That's just Massachusetts. In New Jersey, it's $713. New Jersey's system's 40 years old. Computer, it collapsed with the onslaught of applications. They're probably working day and night here, programmers, to fix it and get it up and running if it's not already. Florida's is newer. Florida's, I went on it just for the heck of it. In Florida, you get paid $275 a week. That's the maximum unemployment insurance payment, pardon me. And Florida is doing the deal. We'll give you the 600 plus half of that if you're, Uber driver, gig employee.
So 600 plus half?
Yeah, which it would come out to $737.50 for 14 weeks. Now, it appears that...
What's the half for? Where's that coming from?
That's just Florida didn't have to pay anything because it's bad.
Okay.
They're paying out half of that $275. So you wind up with $737.50. In places like Texas, they pay $500 something a week. I don't know what they're doing. You have to look at each state's unemployment page under COVID-19 to see what they're doing. Now, the point here is an Uber driver, if he made $100,000 last year, will get approximately $20,000 back in a PPP, but he's got to come up with documentation. In the case of unemployment insurance, you think you have a good idea after 2-3 months, it's all going to be back to normal. Well, you're not going to get back quite as much, but it's easier to apply for unemployment insurance than it is to apply for PPP. Technically counts as income. So it's something to consider, and it's very likely that they'll be giving additional, at least 14 more weeks of that $600. We don't know that for sure. It might not happen. It's just my opinion that they're probably going to do it.
So to be clear, because they'll ask this, unemployment insurance is considered income.
Correct.
But the PPP is considered forgivable loan potentially.
Yeah, as long as you spend 75% of it or more retaining employees or rehiring them.
Okay.
You're, for purposes of this, solopreneur is considered an employee.
Okay, great. That's good to know. I had a friend actually just try to do the uninsurance here in Texas. Their site is not up to date. So when they applied for unemployment, even though they're at a gig economy, it still asked all the questions as if they had an employer, like a W-2.
Just fill them out as if they are.
Fill it out.
The other thing is that as if they're their own employer. The other thing is that there's no requirement that you look for work in most states. That's been waived. And, it could be the way to go. You might get it quicker. Even if they're not paying the $600 right now, you will get it eventually. It might be a week or two.
Under the package, the bill that you set, mm-hmm. Are you saying it's $600? They approved $600 per week.
Per week for 14 weeks.
For 14 weeks. So I'm just going to repeat that: 14 weeks, 600, and that's across the board. Mm-hmm. On top of each state is different for their unemployment.
Yeah,
correct?
Like some states you might not qualify for the gig employee.
Right.
Like you have to check each state, but most of them was specifically waived in the federal law, and I think it's extended to 39 weeks. I haven't seen it. 39 weeks of unemployment that you can collect, but it'll probably be extended to 52 weeks like it was in 08 and 09 and 10 and 11.
Okay, that's good to know. So just to reiterate, everyone, if you're in the gig economy or know someone who's a gig economy that includes Uber drivers and Lyft drivers and whatnot, they can apply based on the federal stimulus bill for unemployment insurance in their state. Okay. Then our next thing we were going to go over is what's the latest? We heard they're running out of cash.
Well, that's on the they'll never run out of cash because they can just print it up, but they will have to go back to the well and do additional stimuluses, which you can expect that's going to happen here. No secret there.
I saw a headline today. I wasn't listening. I was kind of flipping through news channels, and it said stimulus package round 4, 1.2 trillion. I was like, round 4 what do they? I mean, I wasn't listening.
Mortgage relief, who knows what they're doing right now. Like I said, taking it up as they go along, just like everyone else. Hopefully the country reopens shortly. The faster the country reopens, we don't know what the lasting economic damage is going to be. That's the problem. My guess is the restaurant and services business is going to pop back quickly, as well as travel. Because people have been cooped up, and the first thing they're thinking, I'm going to take some of that stimulus money and treat the employees to a week in wherever, Jamaica. So that's people are thinking that way.
I agree. I want to go to Jamaica, Cancun, maybe. That sounds a lot of fun.
All right. Well, they accept stimulus checks.
Okay, good. Thanks, Kerry. Yeah, no, I get it. I would love to have a really nice steak out. I'd love to get a steak right now with a glass of wine and some mashed potatoes, and I'm not gonna cook that. So yeah, I definitely can't wait till the restaurants reopen. I'm missing my Terry Black's barbecue here in Texas. Yeah. So, and my guacamole. I'm missing it. You know what I mean? So this is good update. That's all I had. Is there anything else on your agenda you want to kind of let people know?
That's it. It's all taking long. everything it's Murphy's Law at work. They really do want to give you this money. They're not out to screw you, although it might feel like they did on the advance because there were no rules. It literally got passed Saturday, and we were applying for it on Sunday. So you can't really blame them for that. There just isn't enough money to go around. But you could still go for your EIDL loan, and you can still go for your PPP loan. Those, they filled in the details pretty clear. Now it's just a question of how the bank sends you the money. And once they do that, then it's off to the races.
Off to the races. Okay. We did share, I don't know if you want to share this. We talked in the offline, the green room, about how some of the banks are quote unquote. So you were saying how it's being allocated. Like each bank's getting like a X number.
Yeah. Like I think I heard that Bank of America got either 12 or $22 billion worth of applications first day. So they shut down. They're not doing anymore. A number of banks, you go to their webpage, they're not doing it. There are plenty of banks out there that still are. I'm waiting for Citibank to do it because I'll just apply through them. I have relationships with them going back to 1976. So, it's just the logical thing to do. But there are online banks that will do this, and there's just no shortage.
So Cabbage is a third party. So my bank actually sent me to them, said, hey, we aren't doing it, but go to Cabbage,
Cabbage, very streamlined application.
Yeah, they're a tech company, right? I was sharing with you that, at the end of the day, a lot of these old banks, they're not really tech companies. And so newer banks that have come online the last decade, they're really tech companies, really. And so Cabbage is a tech company. So that the process was like, it was super easy and like uploads, and it was all super clear. And I'm like, this is great,
Oh yeah. And they have the form incorporated in there, so you don't have to fill out a form.
Right. They had it all incorporated. It was, in fact, I was actually surprised they didn't even ask me to upload a driver's license, like confirming it was me. Like the other ones, I had to confirm the signature, stuff like that on the doc. And I was kind of like, okay.
At some point, they are going to want that.
Of course. But I figured they would do that in the initial, like, confirm who you are, please. But
absolutely. They will. But they're not submitting yet, Cabbage. So that's what you got to keep in mind.
What does that mean, not submitting?
I don't think they're submitting these applications in yet. They're not ready to go, but they're taking the info. That's
got it. So they're taking the info. Has anybody submitted to the government yet, or is that just what they're all doing?
We don't know. Really don't, but they've taken the info. Some of them maybe have. I haven't heard of anybody getting checks yet.
Yeah, I've heard no one. I was curious. I was actually going to ask you that if you've heard.
Haven't heard of anyone getting it.
So we also talked about the $1,200 check. We mentioned about the taxes. What say you on that?
It's no taxes. Because you're going to, it's a credit on taxes that you're going to pay for 2020. So it's advance on the credit. So if you go over $100,000 or whatever the numbers were, over 75, then there's going to be give backs, etc. So, and
also we were mentioning about making sure you have filed for 1819, and if you whatever routing number and checking account you use for that, that's where they're gonna send it or they're gonna mail it, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
For sure.
So like I just was sharing with you in the green room, I just filed 2018 like today. Because I really want to make sure they have my checking account routing number. I'm not waiting for a mail check because it's gonna take way longer.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it mailed, unfortunately, because I paid in 2018 and they just don't have my banking info. So what can you do?
What are you gonna do? Yeah. So just to be clear, I had a question. Someone asked me this question. As a business owner, I still get the $1,200. Okay.
Yeah, you get that
That's
as an
just,
individual. Nothing to
like,
do with business owner or not. Just as a citizen of the country, you have to be a citizen for it, and you will get it. Absolutely.
so let me ask you a question. Someone asked me this. Where's this money coming from? Is it really the feds, or is it really United States, or is it
They're,
the World Bank?
no, it's U.S. They're printing the money up out of thin air. So
That's got to be interesting.
it's just so potential inflation, and that's just the way that it's going to be.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
So you might as well get your piece of the pie now.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Okay, great. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll be sending you some links below if you need anything. I don't know if I had any links specific, but hope this has helped you guys. Again, this is April 7th, 2020 update on the Paycheck Protection Program. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye.